So here's me sitting in school in, oh my goodness, I better not say, a long time ago. And my teacher went, pour those two onto those two. And he said, that's 2 times 1 plus 3 times 4. But I don't think he even wrote that down. I just think he did this. 2 1s are 2, 3 4s are 12, 14. You've just gone, psh. Ready? Like remember, when you learn something that's weird or repetition, you got to see it usually the second or third time. So don't start writing that. Don't start writing. 2 5s are 10. 3 noughts are 0. So we've got 10. Square bracket just like we had before. 1 1's a 1. 4 4's a 16. What have I got? Someone say it.
17.
1 5's a 5. 4 noughts a 0. Keep it in your head, I got 5. So could I do that at school and do it without any problems? Yes. And the math teacher come along and said, pour this pair onto there. So we went that by that by that, and added them up. Then he said, let's pour those two onto there, and he didn't have different coloured pens, he had a blackboard and a bit of chalk, that was it. That by that by that, and add them up. And then he went, pour those two onto there, that by that, add them up. Pour those two onto there, that by that, add them up. And some people go, yeah, got it. And then they come to this and they go, oh, I don't know what to do. First of all, here's something I haven't talked about yet. This is 2 that way, so it's got 2 rows. How many is it this way? 3. So what's that called? Are they rows or columns? They're the rows, and that's the. So this is called a 2 by 3 matrix, whereas this one is called a. Yeah, so easy as it is to say the wrong one. That's a 3 by 1. By the way, in a minute we're going to look at that, and we're going to look at that. So let's have a look what's going on. I pour those onto there. It gets a bit confusing because the lines get in the way. So that's just to get your brain going. That by that is 2. So some people will do this. They'll start to write it and they'll go 2 plus, what's that one? Plus 5. And a lot of people want to just do that in their head. By the way, I haven't put the brackets on as yet because I don't know how big they'll be or how small they'll be. So far so good, brain's connected. And we go, wait a minute, I've finished. That row has poured onto every column. So we're pouring a row onto a column. I don't know if anyone still teaches pouring. Why did my teacher say pouring all those years ago? 3 1s are 3, 2 2s are 4, 4 1s are 4. Now the interesting part is that one I put on the top and that one I put on there. Bottom. So what's my matrix? There it is there. So the top number is
9.
And the bottom number is
11.
11. And we ended up with a
1 by 1.
2 by 1. Let's have a look what happened. So this one up here was a 2 by 3. And this is a 3 by 1. And we ended up with a 2 by 1.
So 3's cancel each other out.
Yes, it's not cancelled though. It's more than that. It will not work unless they are the same. Now, someone's got to try to explain to me why will it not work unless they're the same?
Because then you have numbers that you don't multiply, like numbers will be left out.
Perfect. And the moment they hear that coming out your head, okay, you understand this there. So I'm going to match up those 3 with those 3. So see how that's the 3 from the first one and the 3 from the second? So we talk about the columns of the first must match the rows of the second. Do I think that when I've been doing this, even when I was doing it at school for a week, did I ever think that again? No. I just go, those 3 match up with those 3, it works. You okay? So the columns of the first have to match the rows of the second. So they cancel each other out? No? Just that calculates into that one there.
Yeah,
Okay, so if we go back to this one here, we started with a 2 by 2, multiplied by a 2 by 2. We ended up with a, let's go red for those, we ended up with a 2 by 2. Why did it work? I have another go at saying it.
No.
If those two have to match up with
Yeah.
those two. Oh, there they go. They matched up with each other. So I'm gonna go a step further. If I go 314 multiplied by, I don't know, 2, 3. Can you multiply them? No. Because those three, when you pour them onto those two, it's like three's got a, I like to talk about dancing partners with brackets. Three's got a dancing partner, one's got a dancing partner, and 4 got no partner, so it doesn't work. How do I write it? A 1 by 3 by a 2 by 1. Now we'll ask you an assessment, say why doesn't it work? How would you say it? Have a go.
Because there's one number left out in the brackets.
Will they give you that mark in year 11? Yes. Will you get marked, asked this in year 12 ways? No. So I'm just wanting to know you understand. So if you said there was one number missed out, I'd say it worked. How would you say it properly? You came?
There's one remainder.
Sort of.
Columns of the first don't match the rows of the second.
Columns of the first don't match the rows of the second. Full marks. The perfect answer.